What the dude, that's crazy. It's just, like just 2 taps and then they're through.
Once again, you can
Glitter. Mark Rober'S final glitter bomb? Fuck yeah.
This guy is stealing my package from a car, and this guy took my package off a porch. But what they don't realize is this is the final glitter bomb. Glitter bomb 5.0. And for the final year when you lift the lid, the glitter is delivered by drones. 5 years ago, when these two stole a $6 package from my porch, little did they know that
Meowing over there.
act on an otherwise unremarkable lovely spring morning would set in motion a series of events that would unleash buckets of glitter in the homes of would-be porch pirates nationwide and eventually lead to the takedown of a $60 million international crime ring. So today, not only will I show you what happens when you combine autonomous drones and glitter, and then what happens when you get into a chess match with a bunch of car thieves, but I'll end the whole series with an update on what happened to those massive scam call centers we infiltrated and exposed in India. Now, if you're new here, the 10-second recap is that after that package was stolen from my house, the police wouldn't do anything about it, even when presented with the evidence. So at that point, I knew that to avenge the theft, I was gonna have to use my engineering skills to go full Home Alone. And seeing how this is the final glitter bomb video, I think it's worth a brief recap of how the box design has naturally evolved over the years. Out of the gate in year 1, it was a simple concept where when you took the lid off the bait package, this cup would spin, unleashing a pound of the world's finest glitter. And then hidden inside to record all the action, we had 4 phones, plus a canister of fart spray in an effort to encourage the thief to get rid of the box so we could go and retrieve it. And that went pretty well, so we spent the entire next year working on version 2.0, where we doubled the amount of fart spray and drastically improved the formula, which ended up nearly killing Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, I still smell it.
We also switched to biodegradable glitter and added a meaningless countdown.
4.
And some fake police chatter.
Seems the package may be in motion as well.
Just to make things more exciting. Then for year 3, we doubled the fart spray canisters once again to a total of 4 and added a handle the thief would be tempted to grab, which we covered in that super sticky mousetrap goop. And for the previous 2 years, the package thieves would often shove the lid back on right away, which covered up the cameras. So we added these posts near the top of the box that would passively pop out, which made it impossible to put the lid back on once you'd removed it.
14. 13.
We also added flashing police lights and made a doormat that had these conductive charging contacts so we could keep the whole box fully charged until the moment it was stolen. Then for Glitter Bomb 4.0, as soon as you touch the lid, it would get shot straight up into the air, compliments of these 2 boxing gloves attached to pneumatic pistons. We also added an actual car horn to make things more exciting and redesigned the cup so that by using the centrifugal force generated from spinning, you could passively get 3 chances to shoot some glitter instead of losing it all in one single shot. Then for the porch, we built a fake planter box that would slide over and hide the package at night so the homeowners wouldn't have to worry about bringing it in, and we were guaranteed to get it stolen in the day when the light was better. And all of that brings us to year 5, Glitter Bomb 5.0. I knew this was going to be the last year,
Yeah, I'm
so
done
I
eating.
decided
We'll
to go
finish
for
this video,
broke
though.
and attempt the biggest redesign to date. And this is a terrible idea, by the way. In engineering, if something is working well enough, conventional wisdom states
Literally so much engineering skill, right? Yeah.
but pretend like you changed a lot.
I mean, he's done it a lot, so
last year
like
we
all
had
it
4
is
vials
just
of fart
like
spray for a total of 20 milliliters,
interpreting
and
on
for
the
here,
last
because we're not messing
design. So
around,
it's
we
not
have a 1 liter
not saying
tank. And for those of you keeping track at home,
that it's easy.
that's 50 times more fart spray. To pull this off, instead of using a rotating cam system like before, now we have a peristaltic
It's
pump that
it's a little bit
continually
easier
forces
because he
the
knows how
fart
he knows
spray
what he
through
has
2
to do. He just
nozzles
has
and
to like
basically
add
have
shit,
it
so it's
lights up.
cooler.
And because I can't
Dude, that's
exactly explain how
fucked.
much worse something smells over video, this is a sensor that measures the number of particulates in the air. And the more particulates, the more intense the smell. And if we place last year's glitter bomb in the chamber, it measures 250 particulates of nastiness per liter, whereas this year's tops out at 750. Which means it's not only gonna last a lot longer,
Oh my
but it's gonna
god,
be
that's
3 times
that's
more intense.
mean.
Now to house that massive reservoir of fart spray, we had to expand
That's
the
messed
footprint
up.
for the box, which means we had room underneath it to house the brains of the system on an upgraded custom printed circuit board that communicates directly with all 4 phones. And quick shout out to my friends at T-Mobile, because last year we found they had the best coverage where we were placing the boxes, so this year they hooked us up and let us put them all on their network. Then for the glitter delivery mechanism, the idea was to hack some of these mini drones and rewrite their code to make them autonomous, where they could fly themselves without needing to be in communication with the computer. So the idea for this year is the thief would bring the bait package back to their house, then remove the lid, which would lower these 2 doors, allowing the drones to wake up and take off. And so instead of a single concentrated area of glitter from a spinning cup like before,
Just don't like
the
how
drones
this
would
is
just
much
meander
though.
all
Oh
around the
my
house,
god.
leaving millions of tiny shimmering reminders not to take
No, that's
stuff that
messed
isn't
up.
yours. And as part of our code rewrite, if the proximity sensors register someone approaching, they'll just casually fly themselves to a different part of the room. And all of that
Wait,
perfectly
what?
sets up the checkmate, because while they're fully distracted
That's
dealing with the drones,
sick.
the box starts to drastically change the room's air quality at a rate of 1 liter per minute. This design
Literally
was
having
ambitious
autonomous
and arguably
drones
had a
fly
much higher
around.
risk of failure in the field, but then we took it one step further by designing a sister box that could be used for a car break-in. Since I live near San Francisco, which is the smash and grab capital of the world, 2 years
That's
ago
crazy.
we went right into the lion's den, which placed the box in a somewhat alarming predicament. And while tempting,
What?
it seems irresponsible to have a couple drones flying around inside a moving vehicle, so this box can be triggered remotely via text message and can activate the fart spray without needing to be opened. And then right before the nozzles kick in, this 360 cam pops up to cover all the action. And if at any point the camera senses it's being tampered with, just like one of those fancy hood ornaments, it will retract itself back inside the box. So after about 10 months of designing,
the-
building, and
Dude,
testing,
this is
we set
sick.
them out on a bunch of porches and in a bunch of cars, and we waited. And we didn't have to wait long.
Damn, dude.
Brand new in the box, bro. It's your guys' now. Huh. Check it out. This is mine now, homie. Yeah. This is nice, homie. I forgot exactly what happened, but they just pulled out a gun? Yeah, that's it. I pulled out.
Oh my god.
15, 14, 13, 3.
Oh my god, dude, that smells so gross.
Activation complete. Recovery sequence initiated.
Shit.
And I really appreciate the hustle from these guys, especially because when all is said and done, they just decide to make this their neighbor's problem. When we retrieved this next box, as you can see,
They just tossed it to the neighbors.
And the phones were gone. But thanks to those blazing T-Mobile network speeds, we were able to recover the following footage from the cloud.
But our neighbor here, put it down a little. Our neighbor here, the other camera. Actually, I'd love to give it to you for Christmas. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No way.
What? The new one, huh?
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
new
can we
version.
just leave
Oh
it in the car for now?
shit.
Yeah, we'll leave it in the car
Because
for
we're
now.
not trying to
Bring attention to it.
not say that I did anything wrong.
So they eventually took this home and were apparently pretty upfront with their kids about where they got it from.
It's a VR. It's really what it is. It has the handles and everything. So they go for like what?
Keep it. They can get another one.
Yeah, you can make money or you can give it back.
I kind of want to open it.
Oh damn.
I want to open it.
This version of the box has a nuclear core that goes supercritical.
Mom, I think it is a bomb.
And in addition to porches, just like in years past, we placed some boxes by group mailboxes, so that way we could track the number of Good Samaritans that would call the
What
number
the
on the box.
fuck?
from year
That's
to year.
funny, dude. They just kick it down the stairs. Oh god. Oh shit, damn.
15, 14, 13, 12.
It's a scam. I knew it. It's a fucking scam.
It's a scam?
YouTubers.
Oh, it's spraying the kid. It's getting the kid. It got the little baby.
They do it for scam.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10,
Damn.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activation complete. Recovery sequence initiated.
Switching gears for a minute, for the past 2 years, I've experimented
God
with placing a
damn.
glitter bomb in a parked car up in San Francisco because it's considered the car breaking capital of the world. And things are so bad now, it's not even just the parked cars.
Dude, they don't even like what? Hold on, dude, he was
Up
driving.
in San Francisco because it's considered the
He literally just went up,
car breaking capital of
busted
the
the
world.
back
And
window
things are
out,
so
grabbed it through the window,
bad now, it's not even
yoinked
just
it. The guy just look. He opens up the door. Look at this.
Targeted. They average 73 car break-ins per day, and at
That's
this point, people have
crazy.
resorted to just leaving their doors wide open, hoping the thieves can verify for themselves there's no valuables inside, so they won't smash the glass just to check. And for the past 2 years, while we did get the glitter bomb stolen,
They just go in
all
and
we could really
break
do was just
windows?
play an
That's
alarm sound so they
crazy.
throw them out. Because they never actually open them in the car.
America.
And after doing some research, it turns out there's a reason for that. It's actually a fairly organized system called a fencing operation, where the cars will go out in groups, and then immediately afterwards, they'll bring it to a middleman who will pay cash in exchange for the most valuable things they steal, like laptops. But the gut punch is that important documents like a passport or pictures or plane tickets don't really hold value for the thieves, so they just get thrown in the trash. And now that we knew they didn't plan on opening the box in the car,
That's
we designed the nozzles to
crazy.
poke through the lid so that even if they just threw
So they literally like go out and so they go out in
in the back
groups? That's
seat. Once the proximity
crazy.
sensor on the bottom registered it was stolen and the box texted us, we could track them using the embedded GPS, and a simple text message back would raise the camera and activate the fart spray for 2 minutes straight.
Shit.
So we headed up to the city and placed our modified car box nice and visible in the car and commenced our stakeout. And you can see this first black car rolls up and this guy gets out and spots it but doesn't take it. And then a little while later, this beige car rolls up and he sees it too, and the same thing happens. Then not too long after that, this white car rolls up, and once again, they clearly see the box, but they just leave it sitting right there without even breaking a window. And after observing all this, our best guess was that it was the size of the box that was spooking them, so we removed the heart and all the other critical components from the large box and placed them into a smaller box. And while it occupied a smaller footprint, it maintained all the same functionality of the bigger box while still looking like an enticing item to steal. So the next day, we put it back out on the street, but this time, someone came by and actually smashed the window. Only we didn't see them leave with the box. And our working assumption was that he just wasn't able to open the door to take it. But when we checked the footage, it told a different story.
Oh.
Not only did he once again intentionally not steal a smaller box, but the real reason for breaking the small window was to pull the back seat down and check the trunk. Which means if you take nothing else away from this video, you should know putting your luggage in the trunk is not a solution to keep it from getting stolen. The reason they break these little windows so often, but it seems like nothing is missing, is because they're pulling down the seat to quickly check what's hidden from view.
That's
in the trunk. And at
crazy.
this point, it was pretty disappointing.
Reminds me of a video I saw. The well-organized pickpocketing Italian thieves pulled off in some tourist areas. What?
But we realized they'd adapted.
That's
We must
crazy.
have gotten out from stealing our glitter bombs in previous years that a juicy looking box like this sitting out in plain sight is nothing but trouble. And as an engineer, I never claimed to have all the answers, but I know the process to get all the answers. And that's trying and failing and tweaking over and over again. So while we did
You
have
gotta
a couple
wrap
useless
it.
car boxes and a busted window, we also knew their MO, which meant we now had a plan. And that plan was to shrink the box down even further to fit it in a backpack. That did mean we had to make some compromises, like losing the camera and reducing the fart spray reservoir down to this improvised pouch. But to make sure that it was still adequate, we sprayed it on this chair, and not only did it still last for 2 minutes, but we left that chair outside to air out and confirmed a few days later it was still in real bad shape. So with renewed hopes, we once
Damn.
again hit the streets, this time with 2 backpacks in 2 separate cars parked in 2 different spots, and as fate would have it, they both got hit within about 5 minutes of each other.
What the dude, that's crazy. It's just like just 2 taps and then they're through.
Once again, you can see their check in the trunk.
No alarms, no nothing.
And there's two interesting things to point out here. Number one, if you look at the jacket on this guy and compare
Nice
it to the
model,
jacket
by
from
the way.
previous
Thank you,
break-in,
Gary.
you can see it's the
Thanks
same
for
guy,
noticing.
suggesting they probably work the same routes, which means they probably recognize regularly parked cars versus a new visiting car. So I felt especially honored that a trained professional like this fell for our backpack, even if it was possibly in a desperate attempt just to find a belt. And number two, you can see just how quickly it all happens, even breaking the glass. The thing with tempered glass is it's really hard to break, until it isn't. And while this guy looks like Iron Man here, just casually pushing his hand through, what you don't see on his palm embedded in the glove is a sharp ceramic chunk or a spike of hardened steel, sort of like this. And as you can see here, if you have the right tool to concentrate the force on a really small point, it safely crumbles to nothing almost instantly. But more importantly than all that, now we had both boxes.
Damn, they gotta fix them. They gotta fix their windows. What is this? It's what's it called? Package. Basically, this guy makes little glitter bomb packages that spray like liquid ass into people's cars when they steal them. That's the whole basis.
As they made their way around, stopping periodically to hit more cars.
I'm not seeing that turn these sides.
Another video? Yeah. This is like the newest one.
And after they each drove around for about 10 minutes, we sent a command to commence Operation Air Freshener. And unfortunately, because we had to condense everything down so small sort of last minute, the mic was in the same small box as the pump, so we don't know exactly what was said. But what we do know is that about 90 seconds after the pump started, they tossed the whole bag from the car.
God
and the best
damn.
part about this is that outside the backpack, the pump and spray are actually really quiet. So the only possible way they could have located the source is if they sniffed their way to the answer. And as our test showed, they'll continue sniffing it for weeks.
Oh,
and
that's
the second
messed
car,
up.
It was a nearly identical outcome.
I'm not doing it. I put that to me.
Only in this case, because the pump ran a little quieter at one point, we got to hear them close in on the source. And about 20 seconds later, their backpack met the exact same fate as the first. All right, so to wrap up, I'll just say that year over year, we've seen a decreasing number of package steals and a steadily increasing number of Good Samaritans. And maybe people are becoming more considerate, or perhaps everyone just knows what a glitter bomb looks like now, but I love the idea that at some point, someone's package wasn't stolen because a would-be porch pirate remembered these videos and had second thoughts. One thing that's not conjecture, however, is after so many of you actively shared our video where we infiltrated and glitter bombed those 3 terrible scam
Yeah, they
call
definitely
centers in
deserve that,
India,
yeah.
it got the attention of some international law enforcement agencies and from the press, and because of your efforts, those 3 centers that had each been in operation for more than a decade, doing upwards of $20 million a year, scamming the most vulnerable amongst us of their life savings, all got shut down with their top officials arrested. So thanks to all of you for
That's
watching
crazy.
and caring, and of course thanks to these 2, because without them, none of this would have ever happened. Being an engineer is the best because you can make...
Damn. That was a good video. I fuck with it. It was fun to watch. Good little break.